Picture this. You step onto the Las Vegas Strip, expecting dazzling lights, vibrant energy, and that signature Sin City magic. Instead, you're hit with a $60 check-in fee, a $50 resort fee, and a $25 cocktail that barely justifies its price. A frustrated Redditor summed it up. "This is why we just sleep in the car. Vegas isn't for us anymore." The numbers back this up. Las Vegas saw 19.6 million visitors in the first half of 2025, down 7% year over year, with June alone dropping 11.3%, or 400,000 fewer people. This isn't just a dip, it's a full-blown tourism crisis, one of the worst in decades. So, what's driving this decline? Let's break it down. The corporate elimination strategy. Caesars Entertainment CEO Tom Reeg didn't mince words in a 2023 analyst call. "We're kicking out the lowest end. I see no reason that needs to stop." This wasn't a slip, it was a deliberate strategy. Major casino giants like Caesars and MGM are pivoting away from middle-class and budget travelers, openly prioritizing high rollers who drop millions per session. Reg's quote, widely reported by outlets like the Las Vegas Review-Journal, signals a seismic shift. Vegas is no longer for everyone. By raising prices and cutting affordable options, they're alienating the very customers who built the Strip's legacy. But here's the kicker. John Idmo's book, Legalized Gambling, America's Bad Bet, reveals that lower and middle-class gamblers, not whales, drive much of Vegas's gambling revenue. Chasing the elite while ignoring the masses is a gamble that's backfiring. The death of Vegas's magic. Remember when Las Vegas was a spectacle for all? Families flocked to free attractions like the Mirage's volcano, erupting in fiery glory since 1989, or the Treasure Island's pirate battles, which ran for over 20 years. Those days are gone. In August 2024, the Mirage volcano was demolished to make way for Hard Rock's guitar-shaped tower, with crowds packing the Strip for one last bittersweet glimpse of history. Treasure Island's Battle of Buccaneer Bay and Sirens of TI ended in 2013, and even smaller draws like Marvel's Avengers ST8ION shuttered on January 1st, 2024. These weren't just shows, they were the electric pulse that made Vegas feel alive, drawing crowds that fueled the atmosphere for everyone, from casual tourists to high rollers. Without them, the Strip feels hollow, a shadow of its former self. The high roller obsession. So who's Vegas courting now? The whales. Players like Australian billionaire James Packer, known for million-dollar bets at Bellagio, or Floyd Mayweather, whose gambling appetite is legendary. These VIPs get the red carpet treatment, private jets, Rolls-Royce chauffeurs, and invite-only penthouse suites. It's a fantasy world, but it's built on a shaky foundation. While casinos pamper the elite, they're neglecting the everyday gamblers who, according to Idmo, provide the bulk of revenue. This obsession with high rollers creates a lopsided economy where the atmosphere, once vibrant with diverse crowds, is thinning out. An NFL stadium analogy nails it. Imagine luxury boxes packed with VIPs, but the rest of the seats empty. How long will those box holders pay premium prices without the crowd's energy? Vegas is learning the hard way. The price gouge. Reality: how are casinos driving away the middle class? Let's count the ways. Resort fees have skyrocketed. MGM Resorts hiked theirs by $3 to $8 per night in December 2024, the second increase that year, with averages now hitting $40 to $55 on top of room rates that have jumped 20% since 2022. Gambling odds are worse too. Industry analysts note that 6.5 blackjack payouts, paying $12 on a $10 bet instead of the traditional 3.2's 15, are now standard across the Strip, slashing player returns. Food and drink prices are absurd. Reddit users report $25 cocktails, $30 pancakes, and $35 burgers with mandatory tips on top. One viral tweet from a Flamingo guest went wild after they were slapped with a $60 early check-in fee. These aren't isolated complaints. They're a deliberate strategy to squeeze every dollar, pushing budget travelers to the breaking point. The human cost, the price gouging hits workers hardest. Holly Lang, a 47-year-old cocktail waitress at MGM Grand, told the LA Times, "I'm seeing half the tips I used to make. Foot traffic is down, and people aren't gambling like before." Another server on TikTok shared a grim reality. "Last summer, I made $300 to $500 a night in tips. Now I'm lucky to walk with 124s. Aggressive upselling, repetitive restaurant concepts, and declining hospitality have crushed tip revenue, with some workers reporting 50% drops in 2025. Tourists are equally fed up. One guest's viral X post about a $60 check-in fee at the Flamingo sparked thousands of replies, with users sharing similar horror stories. This isn't just about money. It's about a city losing its soul, where workers and visitors alike feel the squeeze. The numbers tell the story. The data is undeniable. Hotel occupancy fell to 78.9% in 2024, down 2.1 points. Average daily room rates dropped 5.5% to 185.24, and revenue per available room plummeted 7.6%. Most shockingly, Strip casino net income crashed 40.4% in 2024, despite a 6.2% revenue increase, per CDC Gaming reports. This means casinos are making more, but keeping less. A textbook case of unsustainable business. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, LVCVA, collected a record $382.7 million in room taxes in 2024, up 8.1%, but officials are bracing for a 5.6% drop to $418 million in 2025, contributing to a $110 million Clark County budget deficit. When tourism tanks, public services like education and transportation suffer, hitting locals with higher taxes. The buffet's demise, the all-you-can-eat buffet, once Vegas's great equalizer, is nearly extinct. In 2025, only 7 to 12 remain on the Strip, down from dozens a decade ago, with survivors like Bacchanal at Caesars or the Wynn charging double or triple their old prices. Eater reports that younger demographics prefer trendy food halls, and surviving buffets face criticism for declining quality and service. Where a construction worker from Ohio once dined next to a millionaire, now even this democratic tradition is fading, replaced by overpriced menus that exclude the average visitor. This shift reflects Vegas's broader pivot, exclusivity over accessibility. The competition's rise. While Vegas prices itself out, competitors are cashing in. Locals, casinos like those in North Las Vegas report up to 50% revenue gains by catering to budget-conscious crowds with better odds and lower costs. Beyond Nevada, small desert towns near Vegas are renovating resorts to lure priced-out tourists. Atlantic City markets itself as a cheaper alternative, while Napa Valley and Cabo San Lucas boast better value per NYT travel agents. One agent noted, "An all-inclusive in Mexico is often cheaper than a Vegas weekend. Nobody's asking for Vegas anymore." The rise of online gambling, $12.68 billion in the US in 2024, steals younger crowds, offering convenience and better odds from their phones. Vegas's failure to innovate leaves it vulnerable. The international exodus. The crisis isn't just domestic. Canadians, Vegas's top international market, are pulling back, with 2025 arrivals down sharply due to US political tensions and proposed tariffs, per tourism reports. Global visitor spending in the US dropped $12.29 billion, making it one of the few major economies losing tourism revenue. This international exodus compounds Vegas's woes, as high prices make it less appealing to cost-sensitive foreigners. One Canadian ex-user posted, "I used to love Vegas, but between the costs and the politics, I'm staying home." This global shift highlights how Vegas's greed is alienating a key demographic. A perfect storm and a glimmer of hope. Vegas's slump is a perfect storm. Corporate greed, disappearing attractions, political headwinds. and competition from online and budget-friendly destinations. UNLV economist Stephen Miller predicts a slow contraction through 2026 as discretionary income normalizes post-pandemic. Yet there's hope. Resorts World eliminated resort fees in 2025, a move praised by tourism consultant Desiree Stokes-Bloom, who called for a broader fee moratorium to boost travel. The Nevada Gaming Control Board is exploring lower entry thresholds for private gaming salons, though critics argue this still favors the wealthy. Small businesses like Poker Palace are adapting. Its October 2025 closure is for a 2026 remodel, not a permanent shutter per Review Journal. Events like the Super Bowl could spark a rebound per Wallet Hub, but only if Vegas rethinks its strategy. So, what's your take? Have you felt the Vegas price gouge firsthand? Noticed attractions vanishing or costs soaring on your last trip? Share your stories below. Your experiences cut through the corporate spin. If you want the real scoop on how iconic destinations are changing, subscribe to Broken Foundations. We're here to tell you what's happening to America's playgrounds. No filter. Is Vegas killing itself by chasing high rollers, or is this just economic reality? Let me know in the comments.